I'm gonna put you in the bag. I wanted to get on and do an Astro chat. Um, yeah, wanted to talk more about what we were sort of talking about earlier. And well, number one, I want to say that this is more about today. This is really the vibe of today. Venus square Neptune, having gone exact yesterday. Um, Today the moon is in Cancer, and this is literally adding to the fact as well that we also have the sun in Scorpio. And this is also in addition to the strengthening Mars getting aka stronger in the sign of Libra, not because it's strong in Libra, love and light, but because it is just getting stronger, period, in degree. The fact that it's in Libra, if anything, actually adds tension because Mars, increasingly wanting to understand its own story, must harmonize with it's interesting. Well, I'm hearing two vocals at the same time, two vocations at the same time. Like, this is where we're torn. This is a period where we can feel torn apart between this and that. What do I do? What's right? What do I really believe in? What's my mantra? Truly, truly. What, and I think that it's just a little awkward right now because, like Libra, we just moved through that one end of the spectrum of the really strong Libra energies. You guys remember? Okay. Like shortly after the Virgo series. I hope you guys can still see me and hear me. And so it was all about sort of like, that one end of the spectrum, like, and then and then it got and then sun went into Scorp, and now we're sort of like looking at things from the so-called other side of the spectrum. Because there is always, right, another side of the spectrum. It's never that it's just even though sometimes it can feel very fucking convincing, which is why I was sending the warnings out back when we had 3 planets in Libra, including the sun. Yeah, so with Mercury, it wasn't realistic. This is where people may have claimed things and said things and done things. For some, possibly even accused people of things that it was not. It was not. But it's almost like they will come down from that so-called high once, okay, and reach the point of truth. Once the sun and Mars and Mercury enter now into Scorpio. Yeah. This is where we're going to see the other side of the story. Not because it's like an independent truth in its own, but because it's just another perspective. So it's just about bringing context to everything. Stallions can be annoying in retrospect because they give us this false sense of like, oh my God, be all end all, This is it. This is what's important. This is the point. This is the focus. It's not necessarily the point. What is the point? There's always perspective, right? That's the beauty of astrology. Whoa, it's very windy. That's the beauty of astrology, right? Is that it continuously, it's like a turning apple. And we're all just observing it in our different ways. So the point is compassion always. Okay? The point is always being honest with your perspective, right? I mean, nothing is so-called, it's not about being bad. Okay, we go through experiences. We realize, wow, maybe this is you with you. shit, I didn't really believe in that. That wasn't really my truth, you know? Hence the life experiences. So I just want to say it like this, as we move into Scorpio season, we're starting to look at things kind of differently now. And yeah, on one hand, it's about time, but on another hand, it's startling. It can feel kind of extreme, where we feel like we had a sort of so-called, even we'll say, grip on our reality. That's why the stellium in Libra. You guys remember when I was kind of giving those warnings, like, this is not realistic. That's why I was saying don't walk into anything during that time, because when Scorpio season rolls around, fuck, who knows? You may be like, I have no relationship to that storyline at all whatsoever. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. What was I thinking? It can be, and this can be meant in so many ways. Maybe this is something you're observing. Maybe it's something you're watching others go through to some extent. But the point being, okay, I hope you guys can even still hear me at this point. I don't see the screen. I just see, the lens. But anyway, this is maybe a concept that others are going through around you, and you're just realizing there's a lot more to the story. But I do feel, obviously, it is mirrored. We're experiencing this with ourselves. Like, where did I kind of assume that was where I was at? Right? So, where did I understand but not fully take the time to understand? Where did I rush? Yeah. And it's not to say, hey, that's bad or whatever, but like, with 3 planets in Libra, including Mars and the Sun and Mercury, the fastest, more or less, planets, luminaries, there could have been that moment of like, I just want to like feel like it's working, and you end up just, you guys remember the metaphor of the carpet, and you end up just kind of like putting like makeup on top of like, more problems to come down the line, kind of. Let's clear it. This is a very particular message, it's not to make you feel like, oh my God, did I do something wrong? No, it should be something that is more confirmative, or if there's a question, you know what I'm saying? Astrology should always be empowering. That's important to know. I think that's why a lot of people have an issue with astrology, because they're like, oh, astrology is telling me who to be and what to do. It's like, no, it's not. Unless you're reading it out of like a Cosmopolitan magazine. But in that case, they'll do that with anything, not just astrology. That's society wanting to tell you who you are, not astrology, boo. Not astrology, boo. Okay, so anyway, but yeah, astrology is just more blatant in that sense, right? Think about it. If they really want to get to that point with astrology, they can say there's a genderized astrology, yeah, and it's called sexism. Think about it. If people have an issue, think about all these people. Oh my God, you're not going to tell me I am based on my birthday. Oh, really? Okay, then who are you based on your so-called gender? What you were born with, bro. Yeah, show up. Tell me something about that. So yeah, the magazines are out there telling you who you need to be because you're a man. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of silly. It's just that, yeah, that's what astrology is. Thank God there's more, there's a lot more enlightenment when it comes to that, what astrology really is, but it is what you make it, and that's part of it, is that it's the journey. So, but it's just funny, because it's like, you're going to let some, thought form tell you who you are about you in other ways, but then when it comes to astrology, you're going to be like, oh, please, wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee, okay? Yeah. Do you know if it's decaf or not? We gotta also make sure about that. Because like this is where people just anyways, moving on. The point is, you guys, that this Libra season was I'm not gonna lie, and I know people. Oh my god, if you don't being a Libra. No, I'm not. I'm not being anything to anybody. Okay, it's called astrology, and everybody has every energy. So this is what it comes down to: is being open to the cycles. If you're here to feel like you are perfect, and you're not here to grow and transcend, you're not on the right channel, and you really should leave. Okay, yeah, I remember people were like feeling like they're all official suddenly with like the whole thing, like, oh, it's very like obvious you don't like labels. Are you fucked? And no, are you fucked? Are you okay? Knock knock. Okay, yeah. I wouldn't be doing this work if that were the case. It's about embracing all energies. So yeah, this is silly. Those are people who are not in alignment with why they're even on the channel, most likely, to begin with. And it's better that they are, whatever it is. If they're meant, love and light to them in their journeys as well. But everyone's journey, because we're all connected. All right. But going back to it, you guys, it's just, it's not, we have to be honest. It's called karma as well. Collective karma. We're here as a unified sort of story. We're here with a collective, right? What is the collective karma? It's like saying, I don't want to think about how we can face shadow. Like during a fucking Mercury retro. Yeah, excuse me. During a Mercury retro with every other fucking generational planet retrograde at the same time. What are you doing looking at astrology if you're not willing to be open-minded to the syllabus? Step back. Step back. Okay, let's clear it. Out of your mind. Out of their minds, you guys, some of these people. What are you even watching the channel for them? Like, step back. Anyways. No, because, like, yeah, I have people who are like, like so offended. It's like, that just proves that you're literally clinging onto your ego. Okay. And that's not the point of astrology either. If astrology gives you like, if it's pumping air into your ego tires, you gotta like step back. This is not about that. It's about transcendence. It's about growth. It's about doing this shadow work. So if you're triggered by something, right? Instead of, let's say, whoa, it's very windy. If you're triggered by something, instead of like just being like, oh, it's you. Oh my god. Let's clear it. I have to get out of that. You know? Like, let's talk about it. All right. So, anyways, yeah. This Libra season was. And we'll have this of every sign. Don't worry. Okay. Libra sun sign. It will come through and come around. Maybe it'll be your moon sign next. Let's clear the energy out. What are you gonna do then? Okay. You want to just be perfect? That's the illusion of Libra. Yeah. So, yeah. So you know what's what. And I'm sending love and light to those frequencies I am. And you got to be on your way, okay? We don't have ego here. We're not doing ego games here. It's not an ego syllabus on how to boost the ego, okay? That's not what we're here for. At least me personally. You should definitely find another channel if that is your agenda, okay? You got a flat tire with the ego and you're looking to fill it. Oh, it's not here. You step back, right? Step back and just rearrange your idea of what astrology really means, because that's not my perspective on it. Okay? If anything, this person is like a doofus loving my let's clear. Because I literally was like, guys, if anything, it could even be the inverse X-ray birth chart. which means you're not even listening. You're just looking for little ego clues. Cheese for the mouth. Okay, you're just sifting through the videos for ego boosts, ego boosters. Well, sorry, no, that's karmic, and you got to find your way through that, like, really. Not through my videos, trying to just make yourself feel good about who you don't feel that you are, okay? It's not about, like, winning. That's, like, gross. Okay, let's clear it. Now, here's the thing. Yeah, this is one hell of a Libra season. And astrology's, there's a meaning behind all the transits. okay? And love and light to everyone. There's meaning behind all of the transits. We all experience all transits, okay? It's okay. These people probably had experiences in their upbringing, okay, where they felt like they were left out as a child. And so they're always trying their whole life to scramble and find a sense of meaning, okay, to who they are. No, that's if anything, that's the point of astrology, but it's not who you become here on Earth, okay? It's the potential, it's a formula, and it's how you magnify this thing, okay? So let's put it. Okay, okay, yeah. Now I wait, I say that. You're not really making fun of Libra. No, I'm not. I'm not here though to put candles on a birthday cake, okay? That's not what I'm here for. So if you're here for like wanting to feel better around your sun sign season because you think it's about that, you need to go back to first grade. And you need to do some soul searching and shadow work on why you feel so triggered. Why you feel like your birthday is literally telling you who you are. For all you know, you could literally have 5 planets in Scorpio. Okay, and yeah, and it would be a totally different storyline. So anyways, so, guys, let's continue. Okay. Yeah, about the open-mindedness, and that's the perfect example of like people who dismiss opportunities because they're not willing to see. They're so fixed, okay, on what they think this means or that means, which is kind of, it can be the shadow of Libra, where it's like, well, this is the status and this is what this feels like, and but it's interesting because then when the Scorpio energies come through, it really reconfigures that perception, even of that person who thought that to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just waiting for all these people who think they're also really hot and shit with their logical timelines, okay? So-called. I'm not talking about high vibing Libra frequency, guys. That should be obvious, and I'm pretty sure that most people here are not taking it otherwise, okay? But we're talking about the shadow of Libra. We're talking about that energy because it is also, we got to get real. It's called karma. Mercury was in retro in Libra. It was conjunct the sun, conjunct Mars. Okay? We got to get ready. When we're doing astrology, we have to get ready to face the shadows. Okay? And I will reiterate that. This is not a channel for the deflated ego tires. It's just not. So just get ready for that. If that's, if you're new to the channel, I look at astrology from an empowering perspective, okay? Which is ultimately about bringing you to face the shadow space as well. Yeah, and I'm a Pluto rising. I'm a Scorpio rising, and Pluto is on my ascendant. And so I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. And I'm not going to, This is just me in general, though. Okay, so maybe you have a problem with that energy, then you need to leave. Yeah. Maybe then you want another round of, see you in 10 years when Mercury goes retro again in Libra. So anyways, okay. Look, and the point is, honestly, you will always have people who empower your story. And it's not your story because they do. You need to remember that as well. No one makes you who you are. So the point is just to be honest, right? But you always have people who challenge your story, right? And people who empower it. And so I see it as like we're all revolving around an object, or an object is revolving around us. Interesting. And sooner or later, you have people, let's say, living all over the world. It's like, imagine if each continent were an astrology sign, and people who had a lot of that energy were in that part of the world. Interesting. Imagine, right? The sun goes out, the moon goes down, etc. But that cycle of orbit is unanimous, but it's experienced differently. It's perceived differently by everyone around the world. Someone in so-called China, right, would see the sun. Someone in LA would see the moon. So it doesn't mean, it's all a matter of time. People will come around. Sooner or later, all these people who think they're 10 fucking smart because it's Libra. Libra made him delusional on the line. No, but I'm telling you, this was the illusion, especially because all generational planets were in retro. Yeah. including fucking Mercury, which is not a generational planet. So it gets us all thinking like not straight. We're not in our right mind. We're not. But that's where it's helpful to do the shadow work. That's where it won't be like a thing of, oh, this sucks, or oh, I'm not thinking straight. Okay? The more you're trying to prove the ego during a shadow, a retrograde period, the more it's going to feel dissonant. Okay? And that's where you're going to find conversation with others. I'm hearing that as well, especially because it's Libra, ruled by Venus, partnerships. So, but if you're being honest with yourself, so-called, you're doing the shadow work, okay, then a retrograde time is fucking beautiful. Okay, but anyways, so here's the thing, you know, I mean, there's all kinds of energy. So this is where it's going to flip. And, you know, we've all had those moments where it's like, this person told us we were crazy or blah, blah. And then they come through like a week later. Ah, shit. Like, I kind of like realize you're right. Cricket. Cricket, yeah. No, but we'll make it sound French because it's a moment. We don't want to make them out bad. And again, I'm not making fun of Libra energy. It's not about that, guys. Okay. Maybe next year we'll have these energy frequencies with the Scorpio. Maybe we'll have a fucking Mercury retro in Scorpio. I haven't looked at the astrology yet. We're gonna see though. And that would be different. Then it's like the karma of Scorpio. We'll have to look at that more closely. Anyways, I'm over that drama. Let's clear it. Shoot, they don't have a bike stop. Karma. Okay, let's clear it around. Continue on our way, guys. So, yeah. It's about being open-minded, I think, ultimately, not getting overly attached to any sense of understanding that you have of yourself. Say it in the way of saying, hey, look, maybe, I don't know. Maybe there is another perspective. The important thing is that you're honest. That's the important thing. That's the important thing. Right? If you say it, if you feel it, say it. Right? Say what you really feel. This guy was like running through a carpet of leaves. Oh my gosh, you guys, this hill is hard. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, those of you who think I'm being harsh, I think just take a moment, step back from the channel maybe, and really meditate on astrology. What is astrology? Is it, you know, what does it mean for you? Is it like, you know, to be or not to be with John based on sun sign? Then really step back. Maybe reflect. Oh my god, that hill is fucking hard. Whew. You know, so the point is though, honesty. We have to be honesty. We have to be honesty. Interesting. As a noun and not an adjective or a verb. Interesting. Okay. So you guys feel me? This is a time where we're going to see the shadow for what it is, because in the one sign, Libra, that doesn't want to acknowledge, no, we're going to be fucking honest, guys. Let's just get real. Okay, I take an esoteric approach to astrology. I don't take an idealized approach to astrology. I take, we're getting down to it. Libra at its core, okay, doesn't want to really. I'm not talking about sun sign Libra people. We have to get out of that thinking. We really got to get out of the prejudice thinking with each of the signs. If you are a sun sign Libra, that doesn't mean that you are Libra, okay? Yes, that's the point. Are we even like still on? Can you guys see me? Is this resonating? Listen, I don't care, because I feel this in my heart. This is what I believe in with astrology. Okay, so we're talking in general, the archetype of Venus in its like purest state, right? We'll say the form of it let's say Libra as a planet, what is it about? It's about, in a way, perfection, so called. And it's always perspective because Scorpio can come through and say, you know what's perfect to me is feeling that I see everything as it is until it is touched. I hear that by another. I don't know. You take it as well. Interesting. So, yeah, but I mean, we're talking about the perspective of Libra, okay? It's about, in a way, perfection. It doesn't want to confront the shadow, really. It wants to make light of, even, if anything, which why most diplomats and people who are very smooth talker types. Oh, I realize I'm not I'm not climbing the hill anymore. Why am I walking the bike? Okay. Smooth talker types, they usually have a lot of Libra in the chart, or if they work in human relations, human resources, or if they're musicians, artists, you know. So everything is like, but I invite you to look at astrology in your own way. Reflect on it. See how it really does feel for you. Okay? You see what I'm saying? So, sorry guys, give me a sec. Okay. So, yeah, you make your own consensus. You look at what you feel during each transit, right? And that's just my point, is don't let anyone tell you like what is what. Okay, astrology is an experience, it's a process, and it's personal to everybody. You have a personal experience with astrology. It's like a class. Are you willing to take it? Or you want someone to just like take it for you and tell you what the answers are, so called. Anyways, guys. Anyways. It's windy. So I think the consensus is as well that, when Scorpio season really gets strong with Mars especially, we are going to have a lot more to talk about. And, by the way, if you do have people so-called returning and being like, oh, I realize you were right, and yada yada, whatever it is, okay? Doesn't mean you have to so-called accept them. It just means that the sun reached where they had the moon last. Okay? You still make your decisions. That's another discussion. But to get back to it, we will have more discussions. We will have more content. We'll have more to talk about when Mars enters and joins the sun and Mercury especially. But let's not talk about that yet. Just Mars. We will have more perspective. So that's where I'm just trying to say, where we had the stellium in Libra, okay, shit got really intense. But was it real? Was it realistic? Maybe this comes down to us making certain decisions with our own storyline, Like maybe you invested in something that you thought, whatever it is. Whatever it is. There's going to be different vantage points. And with the Venus square Neptune right now, it's just adding all of this vibe. All right. And I'm not going to lie. I feel, well, this is obviously past life energy, but a lot of it. Okay. A lot of past life energy. But also, this is a lot of judgmental energy. I'm just feeling that. A lot of framing. Okay. A lot of weird prejudices and like looking at people in ways that it's just not accurate, and just a lot of like judgy energy. And I think the best way to work with this is not to fight it when we have the sun and Mars in Mercury and Libra and etc. And we talked about that though, right? Hopefully this is helpful. Is this helpful, you guys? Or is it like annoying? Like pissing you off, or is it like helpful? You know? If it's helpful, can you put a sunflower? I don't really see the screen right now, but I see 4-4, so that is my sign. Yeah, so I feel like, I mean, obviously, this is also us with ourselves. Like, there's going to be a lot more, like, if you've been trying, in other words, make a decision and you just haven't had, like, enough of a, like, like, thank you, enough of, like, reason so called for, for making whatever decision it is that you're making, it may be helpful to wait until we have more of a context. It's like going to, we made this example before, like, metaphorically, like, it's kind of like going to a shop being like, I know that I want to buy this like handbag or whatever. I know I want to buy this like mint chip flavored ice cream. I'm hearing that as well. But they don't have the brand I want, they don't have the one that I want. But they have something else. It's like, are you gonna settle? But we're at this point we're talking about perspective, right? And so if you're starting or launching a business even, I just feel really guided to mention this. Like, it may be advantageous, right? You don't want to start something halfway, like half and half out, like, feeling, I wonder if they have a dock open. Halfway, half out, like, I know it's not really perfect, like, this is not really what I really want to be, like, starting with. I'm here like this, like, what I really want to be doing. I'm hearing that as well. I wouldn't settle, but you take it as you will, you know? You take it as you will. God looks exactly like Crystalia. You guys know him? The comedian, Crystalia. Oh, let me check for the sunflowers, by the way. Oh, yay! We got some sunflowers. So, yeah. Um, and so what were we saying? If this is more triggering for you, can you put a dolphin emoji? If it's more helpful than triggering, sunflower. But if it's more triggering, can you put dolphin emoji? I mean, I want to see, I'll put the comments on later as well. Um, so you guys can come back and, you know, so even though it is what it is, this is what I believe in this. I'm not going to be changing anything. Like, if I get 12 dolphins, I'm not changing shit. Love and life, but I'm not, because I believe in this. You know, this is my philosophy. But I am curious. Okay. So yeah, and it helps me know who to block. No, I'm kidding. No, but yeah. But yeah, we're actually starting to do that too, you guys. Like, if someone's gonna bring in negative vibes, I'm not talking about if I'm asking you your opinion, you're sharing the opinion. I'm talking like if someone here is bringing in like negative vibes, I'm gonna just block them off the channel. And so for those of you who are like, what's going on? Why did you block so-and-so? It's like, it's usually not the first time, but if it is, I mean, I'm starting to get way more like reactive with that. The first time I feel sketchy vibes, I'm just gonna block because I don't have time for that. And this is the channel, I gotta keep the vibe high. So, you know what I'm saying? One second. Give me a second, guys. Uh-oh. Wait, one second, one second. Hey, guys. You still here? Oh, hey. So strange. So, yeah, I gotta wait. I gotta wait to undock this bike again. It was the weirdest thing. because I had my purse, right? And it was like slung over my shoulder. And I was thinking originally when I started riding the bike, I had it over my back. And then when I got on the call, I put it on the rack, and I was thinking, I don't know, I don't think I should put it on the rack, but yeah, I put it on the rack, and now it got locked into the bike strap thing. So I have to wait 6 minutes to undock it and then dock it back in, something like this. So yeah. But anyways, you guys, reason for everything. What were we saying? You know, we were talking. Um, where were we last? Right. Probiotics, right. Yeah. So, I mean, just keep grounded, and not everybody is going to be, totally in alignment with you immediately. Not everybody's going to be totally in alignment with you immediately. And, you just send love, their way to everyone, and just focus on your own storyline. Like, you don't need to make people understand where you're at. I'm hearing that as well. And if you're starting a project, you want to, yeah, really think about what the context is, right? So if you're already undecided on that, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Um, you want to make sure that you're in resonance fully, right? And so take it as you will, you guys. Let me check to see if I can undock it now real quick. Oh my gosh, it just unlocked. Oh my gosh. Wow. And I'm so happy the strap isn't ruined. Damn. So here's the thing. I mean, it's funny. Just minutes before that, we were talking about wanting the right bag, going to where is it? Like the shop, and you want to get like, what you want. You know what you want. You have it in mind. Like, don't settle, don't compromise. But this is also on an energetic level. Like, if right now you don't really understand really or you can't fathom what it is that you want to manifest during this time, there's a reason for everything. And so it's all symbolic, I feel. Yeah, it's all with meaning. And let's clear the energy around. I'm seeing green everywhere here. And it was weird because also when I was like standing there waiting to undock my purse from the back, from the purse from the bag, the purse from the bike, um there was this mosquito, and it was like landing on the handlebars, and then all of a sudden I feel it's biting me, and then I had to kill it. So let's clear it around, love and light. But I just have to mention that, you know reason for everything. So just, it's like, you may not know, like, there are reasons if something's not working out right now. you know if something is not flowing, if something doesn't feel right, like, there's probably more to the story that you're not seeing yet, and it may be conducive, like, but I'm here again, just don't settle, you guys. Love and light to you. See